The more I learn, the less I know. Why forgetting is part of learning math and C++. This isn't just an abstract feeling. It's something I've experienced firsthand with both math and programming. I use C++ during competitive programming, where everything was simple. You wrote a function, ran G++, and got an answer. But when I started working on real projects, I felt like I knew nothing. Real system, dependencies, configurations, things I never had to think about before become obstacles. I've also felt the same with math. I've always wanted to master calculus, but every time I try, I feel unprepared. So I go back and study pre-calculus again, hoping to build a stronger foundation. And yet I never feel ready. Why does this happen? And more importantly, how do we deal with it? Why we forget math and programming concepts? Math and programming feel difficult to retain because they require precise thinking. Unlike history or literature, where broad concepts stick even if you forget detail, math and programming demand technical accuracy. If you don't regularly practice, formulas and techniques fade. If you don't set up C++ projects often, you forget how to configure them. But that doesn't mean you are not making progress. Forgetting is not a failure, it's part of learning process. The illusion of readiness. Wait until you feel ready before tackling calculus or real programming, you'll be stuck forever. The reality is you won't feel ready, and that's okay. Mathematics builds on itself. You don't need to master trigonometry before starting calculus. You just need a working knowledge. Similarly, in C++, you don't need to fully understand every aspect of CMake before attempting to configure a project. You learn by doing. Progress comes from struggling with real problems, not waiting for perfect preparation. Relearning is more important than memorization. Instead of worrying about forgetting, focus on relearning. There is a concept in psychology called spaced repetition. Every time you relearn something, your brain strengthens the memory. The first time you configure a C++ project, it feels impossible. The second time you recognize some of it. The third time it starts making sense. Eventually it becomes second nature. The same happens in math. When you revisit pre-calculus while learning calculus, it's not wasted effort, it's reinforcement forward despite forgetting. So what should you do when you feel stuck? First, accept that forgetting is normal. It doesn't mean you're bad at math or programming. Second, stop waiting to be ready. You don't need to be perfect pre-calculus before tackling calculus. You don't need to master every C++ detail before starting a serious project. And finally, embracing relearning. The more you revisit the concepts, the deeper they understand. Forgetting is frustrating, but it's not fail. It's proof that you are learning. For felt like you know less, the more you study, you're not alone. But instead of seeing that as a setback, recognize it as progress. The key isn't to remember everything perfectly, it's to keep moving forward. No matter how many times you have to relearn, you have to relearn. See?